Hello everyone, and welcome back. We're gonna get right back into the swing of things with pursuit number 2. Thankfully, I think that things have been going very well now that I've gotten them up to level 60. Hardly a challenge. What a waste of time. Phew. At least they're not much of a fighter one-on-one. Service Desk Plus is not a combat specialized department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts such as this. Yeah, I noticed. They kept taking pictures of us with their briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description. Ugh. What are they snapping away for, then? Whispering behind our backs like a load of creeps. Collecting photos to include in the report for the higher-ups, I'd wager. I can kind of see how they could think we were involved in this somehow. Every time they followed a lead, they end up encountering us. It's hardly a surprising rationale. Hey, Merceau. Yes, manager. Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say, but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it. Yes, manager. I will do so as you ordered, should one such circumstance occur. Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now? No, I do not. Would have been nice to know what you were looking at. Of that, I cannot form a judgment. What? That is because the precise definition and nature of the subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you. Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a verbal explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly. Manager. Yeah. Another battle is imminent, as you have previously instructed. I have informed you of an imminent battle. Yo, Boss Clock, are you just gonna sit there all day while we do all the fighting? They're pouring out of the building over there. So they must be on their way to that building. One path ahead seems clear, Executive Manager. Let us neutralize those foes and head up there. I gotcha. Be right there. Bloody hell. Them blokes we fought off downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch. How does Zencorp have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them. It is a wing, after all. Are these the taboo violators? I thought the culprit worked alone. No, I'm quite certain they're the ones from the subsequent reports. What were they thinking, sending fodder like us to deal with an organized taboo violation? They should have sent taboo hunters here instead. What do you why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat? I must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this. I don't know about that. Wait, wasn't there an extra report? That's that one of them's a distortion. Yeah, this looks like a freaking, yeah. Men, shield your eyes. Yeah. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Even as a brief look, it could constitute as a taboo violation. Shit! I saw that. I'm finished. Oh man. Folks, this is starting to get a little embarrassing. Mentor? Eyes open, Engdu. What's wrong with everybody? Got dust in your eyes? The hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that anyone who watches even a split second of recorded video in N-Corp gets... Of course I know, but I watched it anyway. Open your eyes, esteemed fellows. This motion picture isn't recorded. Hang on, he's right. The video's not a recording. Is that thing talking to us? So you tracked me down this far. After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience. without even a care about the real thing. Case number TC3224. You are under suspicion of a Category 3 violation. Reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will... What is foolery but witless buffoonery in the absence of fools? The hollowed vessel, bereft of all but lingering delusions, grants not even a broad echo to the dogged excoriation of tools. What's this fellow on about? If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force. I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get all huffy. I only aim to say that this abomination has no consciousness. After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still end up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing. It's repeating the same sentences over and over. Now that does make me wonder, was I just as far gone when I distorted, past all words and reason? I mean, if anyone has the answer to that question, it'd be you folks, right? Well, don't suppose there's any point asking. I am no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, I must have wielded the only thing I really have known. The blade, transforming into a mindless fiend consumed by a mere tool, cleaving through both foe and friend and foe unrestrained. Hey, Junior, are you still on about that? I tried to avert my eyes, I truly did, but such disregard is easier said than done. How can I, when the distorted being has no qualms, showing me the... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the fathoms of one's heart is? It's got to be illegal or something. Illegal, I say. Turning a customer into a thug on a protection racket run, a mere ant before a car in motion and a swerving driver. Conjuring dead followers before the eyes of their mentor, simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, as some might say. My poor heart almost burnt out of my chest, courtesy of you. Or burst out of my chest. A battle is imminent, manager. Mentor! Keep that up and you'll shout me deaf, Angdu. Isn't it about time we grew accustomed to such sights? Mentor, still do I awake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat, that they might bind and drag you away. Yeah, this isn't so bad, is it? It's just these folks so far, unlike earlier when... What was that? Everything went dark. I don't understand what's happening. First things first, we have to neutralize everyone here and get our mission back on track. Adjusting projection. I've been straying far and wandering all day for this exact reason, and... So that was its mechanism. Faust? To the one who finds comfort settling in lies, I give you what you desire, what most deserved your gaze. Bollocks! I'll be blind before today's over at this rate. It changed. It did? Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortions is different from the others. That armor, and a great Huando of the Sal Circle, to be reunited in such a manner. Arrow. I suppose this is how it would have gone down, had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner Im Jeong Yup. How do you fare, friend? At the signal arrows loosing, seize the accursed. Alright, okay. Big name. Yo, look at this. Alright, let's try a little bit better here. Well, actually, if she's already handling that one. Yo, the beat, though. Yeah, this is lit. Okay. Let's do it.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
Okay, not a crazy amount of health. I was looking at the wrong thing. Shoot.
새삼스럽지만 꽤 괜찮네. 제법이야.
The girls are have to carry this one, man. Not gonna lie. Nice, okay.
40. 먹지.
Beautiful.
나부터 상대해야 할걸?
Oh, cool. It's much more, reminds me of Mongol in, specifically, Ghost of Tsushima, or the Mongols having similar looking armor and look, but it's probably just a different kind of samurai.
그 사람의 계획에 한껏 이용당하고 결국 버려진 신세잖아.
Okay.
나는 살고 싶어. 너희도 마찬가지일 테고. 그러니
So,
단 하나의 책을 찾을 수 있도록.
yeah, don't let it do that. Okay. Where's she going? That doesn't count. Come on. Can you give me anything else? She's still balking. Did you guys get your head in the game?
갑니다.
Nah, it's fine. We'll be good. Just keep flashing the important stuff, is all I know. Nice. Air Splitter, that's a crazy name for a freaking ability. Nice. Sanity go up, hers go down. I assume it because of the hair, but could be wrong. Come on, Engdu. That stagger. Let's go. That's more like it. Good job, Otis. I don't expect anything from you, so whenever you do good, I'm always pleasantly surprised. Oof, that looks not good. Okay. Nice. Beautiful. Big damage. It's such a huge barrier, though. Like, damn. Nice. Thank you. Come on, Merceau. Come on. No. Oh, man. That bow was cool. Ow. Thanks for winning clashes. 20. Wow. It's a bit crazy. What?
다를 바 없을 거야. 그 사람의 계획에 한껏 이용당하고 결국 버려진 신세잖아. 나는 살고 싶어.
Oh, I feel like I've got to DPS you down while you're here.
그러니 협력해 줬으면 해. 단 하나의 책을 찾을 수 있도록.
DPS down the camera, yeah.
뺀다면 4월을 건
Oh, huge SP buff too. Nice.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것.
We're getting time to roll up our, or get our poise up, so everyone's a lot healthier and doing more damage. Big hit. He's got a lot of health, though. We get like 3 turns, I think. So we gotta make the most of it. Also be nice if we can kill some of the ads while we're here, because they are a lot easier than the other. That's fine, that can hit and be fine. No, it can't. Shoot. Unfortunate. Let's do that then.
뺀다면 4월을 건
I want to DPS down this camera. Nice. Just a sneeze from death. Stagger. Oh, he's dead. He's gonna get obliterated here. Look at that. Damn, Ezra's so good. Yeah, I think this is our last turn to do anything. Yep, 1 turn left. Okay, should we even... we're not gonna kill it. So I think actually we focus on killing the ads. Actually. That's what I think. And then I'll put 1 there.
뺀다면 4월을 건
It's 1. Two. Got about halfway. It's pretty good. And we switch back. Yeah, see, now there's only 1 guy. Easy peasy.
뺀다면 4월을
Alright, let's see it. Oh, yep, there we go. That's really cool, but check this out.
육참
Claim the bone. It's not as crazy as it used to be, but, you know, it's still cool. And killed the other ad.
그렇지 않은 것.
Big hits.
이미 우리는 손에 많은 피를 묻혔잖아. 몇 명 늘어난다고 달라지는 건 없어.
Okay, got it. Like, you just keep being at her shield. Okay.
없도록.
I think we got it on lock. Beautiful. Making him lose all those stacks. Hell yeah. Look at the damage. Merceau! How could you do this? Ah, drop the ball, man.
두려울 거야. 접대가 시작되면 사서들은 다시 살아날 수 있다는 사실을 망각하거든. 그걸 알고 있으면 사서들과 손님들이 느끼는 감정이 달라질 텐데 그건 불공평하잖아.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Beautiful. Yeah, the girls are doing it. And fluid sack.
승리할 거야.
Switch back. Now we DPS down this frickin' camera. No, they summoned more. Aw, man. That means the other boss is gonna have more too. Frick. This thing has to die. Cannot be killed. 1 HP, remove self and incorp. Turn the encounter and move battle to a different location. Okay, so you can end this phase early, I guess. Yeah. But you don't have to deal with the incorp dudes. Ooh. Removes the incorp guys. Try to DPS this camera down. It's not weak to anything, so just go.
뺀다면 사월을 건다.
Hell yeah. Got our own clean bones. Boom, just obliterated him. Beautiful. I mean, the camera's almost down. We have 2 turns left, so I think, like, yeah, they're clashing. Fine. Yeah, let's go all in. Camera it up. Pop it. I mean, as long as Angdu and that's where we're here, we'll be fine. There we go. keeps the Incorp guys? I thought it removed them. Oh, it meant just remove as in change the scene. Damn it. Ah, god damn it. Okay. Well, that's not good. This boss is just getting tougher every time. Hopeless everything? Really? That's fine. I can be against her, sure. I need more lust and gloom. Okay. Big damage, big damage. Hell yeah, look at the damage. Need more of those, Ezra. Come on. Beautiful. Basically death. Okay. Let's get some healing.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
And then this should hit, yeah, him too. Give me some rupture. Oh, hits everybody. Let's go. Nice. Popped him. Oh, come on. You gotta stagger my girl. Nice. Big damage from Sinclair. Love it.
세피라들도 결국 내 편에 설 수밖에 없을 거야. 나도 그들도 모두 빛의 눈이 멀어버렸거든.
Okay. I mean, Otis, you can take it. You can do it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with this. Let's go. I assume the fight ends when we break the shield. I certainly hope it does. If not, we're in trouble. Stagger. Ah, man. You couldn't clash it. Frick. Okay. The endured is nice. Nice. That's my boy. She dodged it. Let's go.
여기까지 와서 망설일 생각은 하지 않았으면
Hold on.
좋겠어.
Let me read these again.
사람을 죽이고 싶지 않았다면 너희도 세피라들도
Yeah,
처음부터
that's
거래를 하지
bad.
말았어야지.
Okay. Wait. So when it's this one, we want it to hit us? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. So the red one gains, the blue one loses. We shouldn't be clashing the blue one. Shoot, I wish I would have read that earlier. That's me being dumb. I'm feeding him too much clash power, probably. Frick. That's bad. No, not bad. Okay, well, while you read your frickin' passage, guys. I was getting that fight wrong the entire time. Should have known. Faust, come on. 5% chance. Kidding me. Her shield's almost down, though. You too? Here we go. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. Boom. Okay, let's get the attack down. Nice. And there is the shield broken. Let's go, baby. Just a little more. I think I might be able to smash that dang thing to smithereens, but... Yeah, but it's really hard to focus on one thing with that huge warrior zapping in and out of reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. It'd make our lives a whole lot easier if we could just get rid of one of them. Shite. Haven't they had enough? About time they gave up, innit? Boy, don't you go legging it again? That big sword-carrying fella sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with openings, are we? Our exit's blocked. It ain't like we can stop mid-fight to strategize. Ugh. Hang to, go cover his back too. It shall be done. Faust, Otis, help me out here. First, I need to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating Im Gyeong Ep or destroying that projector bring an end to this distortion phenomenon? If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battlefield situated in close proximity to the enemy stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable that is that strange machine that makes neutralizing even a wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we are trapped in a battlefield with but a single exit, which the enemies have already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there is little hope of prevailing through our current predicament. Yeah, it seems that way to me too. Maybe we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least. Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of the Fathoms as our exit. Dungeon of the Fathoms? How can I enter if we can't even talk to the distortion? Wait, maybe. He says all I have to do is read what's on the note in front of the distortion. Apparently it's some kind of code. Right, keywords. Okay, so what are the keywords of this distortion then? First things first, one of them has to be photograph. It's obviously been present throughout the entire phenomenon. If I may, perhaps experience may be one of them. There is an undercurrent of obsession with experiences staining his every trail. It must have aught in relation to what has caused the distortion. Experience, the concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a through line to N-Corp's technology that was core to his deception. Canned experience? Most likely, thanks Faust. Alright then, photograph, canned experience? Not seems to transpire as of yet. So that's what that strange sensation was. Mentioning that word shook the distortion and caused the rippling effect. Ah, so that's what that was. It's keywords. Scraps. Sorry? Oh, I thought we were all taking turns sharing what might have caused him to distort. And going by the way you folks were saying your piece one after another, I thought this would be some sort of Zen riddle. Not a Zen riddle, no, but where'd scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off of work, all kinds of mundanity is going to possess far more interesting qualities, sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take our person of interest, to wit. He has been poking around this area of town with an eye-watering, expensive camera in tow, so conspicuously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of a once-driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his bootstraps, and a clear path towards Nest's residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper barely making rent on a scrap heap in an apartment. In pursuit of his ideality, the man has lost grip of fortune and reality. I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his writing. When cold rain dripped through the roof, when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander, lost. Eventually, madness is invoked in a form indistinguishable from darkness. The pauper loses himself. Photograph, can't experience, and scraps. Well then. We'll be right behind you, Executive Manager. Miss Ezra, this is what I have seen then, the gateway to one's fathoms. Ah, this is it, huh? Neat stuff. But, ugh, they're gonna follow us right in there if we run, right? Probably. Even those who aren't chained to Dante like we are can travel through the pathway once it's open, so... yeah, let's not drive ourselves into an even narrower corridor. I'll keep them at bay. My sword arm's not what it once was, but it should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangled in such a bizarre mess. What the fuck? Eh? What a terrible front. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easier for us to believe you. Do you think that terrible excuse was gonna fly? What are you trying to avoid, Sword Swinger? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his homework. I remember hearing that entering a dungeon of the Fathoms will bring one to the spiritual fathoms the distortion is gazing into. And then what lies within must be my very own. That is what the abomination is gazing into. It's decided then. You come in with us. We ain't about to walk in blind to a place we know shite about, mate. Guide us in there, yeah? Oh, that's... He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learn the hard way that homework, like summer reading, doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. Aw, cute. Stop procrastinating. Go do your summer reading. What was it you said? Face the homework. Save the GPA? It's so goofy. Face the sin. Save the ego. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees. Go, Junior. You guys, too. LCB, I can handle them on my own. You'll make a lone stand? Hey, who the heck do you think I am? I'll show you why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This is basically a Monster of the Week situation for Team Leader and me back in our duo days. I can handle them on my own, no problemo. I want to see how you guys handled the inflection point, but I guess you can never really have it all. Ah well, guess I'll just have to trust that our two OSIR team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm pretty a solid example as your team senior, aren't I? I don't like this, but it seems that I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. I shall take the vanguard. Mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a step over, or you might trip. I can clearly see that, Engdu. Bring me a ladder if you really are that worried. Why don't you? Have you need of one? A mere jest. You should need it worried.
이번에도 잘해줬어.
So good.
유익한 책이 또 하나 늘었네.
Sir, do you need a ladder?
도시에는 내가 모르는 것들이 많아.
Are you sure about that?
이렇게 하나씩 알아가다 보면 언젠간 반드시 찾을 수 있겠지.
승부수가 먹혀들었군. 판세는
에이.
완벽히 있었다. 정착지를 찾을 때까지.
제가 분명 말했죠? 뛰어봤자 벼룩이라니까요.
Cool. New ID, yippee. Alright, Dungeon of the Fathoms. Let's put him on so we get the extra bonus. Alright. It's pretty fine. I think we'll be alright with what we've got. Just in case. And just in case. Alright, alright. This should be enough. Should be. We hope. We'll see.
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 거미집.
That's how everyone's been living in my life. My photographs too. So this is S-Corp 2, right? It is reminiscent of my homeland. The sights are very much too hideous compared to what rests in my memories. 'Tis a place hardly fit for human habitation, far more dilapidated than one expected. Thou sayest that people inhabited these lands for truth? Really? I think it has a cool vibe. Vibe's my foot. I don't think I'll be able to get a wink of sleep in here. The lives of the downtrodden were beset by 1,000 woes and tenfold more struggles, and the streets they inhabit reflect that reality. Many times I had contemplated in consternation how the folks here even had the will to live on. On the days when the skies were spotless blue, and without orders from the counselor, I would scale to the roof of the choga and feel it rustle beneath my back as I lay upon it. Thought it to be a respite solely mine, yet in this mirrored world, another has walked here before my arrival. A wicked tunnel have I passed, and now I witness myself before the one who shall strike the head from my torso. I'm Young Yep. Whoa! Are you home? Are you home, I asked. What a strange visitor I have. He was a K-pop demon hunter. I'm joking. But, like, come on. Why not call the front gate if you've come seeking the master of the house? Being out like a dog barking up the wrong tree. It's unbecoming. A dog? Really now? I can see you're up there, lounging on the roof. I'm not going to speak to the door like I'm blind. Has a spell of sort befallen the day? To have such an odd occurrence transpire twice successive? The work of a bewitching spirit, I say. What's so bewitching about checking in on someone? Isn't it odd? That's a high and noble military commander or commissioner of our esteemed corporation would come in person to simply check in on how a lowly mercenary fares. You know me? She certainly knows her jests. She marches forth, vested in war strider armor, yet expects no violence. She wields a two-handed great blade like a demonic yaksha, yet harbors no hostile intent. Why? Who else might be but the military commander Gyeong Yep, the principal of the famed Im family? You are certainly in the habit of speaking in hyperbole. I am not so noble that I deserve to be complimented with an epithet so grand as the principal. Aha, not a compliment. You see, Commissioner, this is a rhetorical technique known as a backhanded compliment, in which I damn you with praise, for you are so bound by your precious principles that you would rather be unreasonable than betray them. Does an officer ranked 2nd Ordnance have no wit to engage in such banter? Why am I out of line, as they say? You two are friends, right? This is our first meeting. So no, not at that precise moment. I know, I'm just saying that if I were her, I wouldn't even let myself become friends with you after such a bad first impression. Can't imagine becoming friends with someone who kept pushing my buttons. Maybe, but people do find friendships in such personalities they have a taste for prickliness. That's true. You got a friend in us, don't you? Fine, you have a point. I guess I do have the habit of pushing people's buttons too. But still, I hope you're seriously not comparing the way I talk to his sassy, gotcha-digging, fun-riddled... Well, the world we live in is a vast and diverse one. Can you consider yourself lucky that you're surrounded by so many quirky characters? It's because of that same luck that she took the joke rather well, rather than respond by trying to cut off my head. You are out of line, yes, but I know you would be, so I won't take issue with it. Though I must admit, the rumors of your sharp tongue do you no justice. The streets speak of a man they call Kimlib. Bamboo rain hat. A man who once had intended to pursue the path of the brush, only to realize the sins of his forefathers and exiled himself to the back streets. Yet, with the sheer power of will, gritted teeth, and scarred heart, did he find the path of sword another way into the nest, at the right state counselor's sworn guard at that. That's you, isn't it? All those superlatives, yet the reality is that I've merely found the path of man butchery as a viable way of life. Direct any compliments you have towards the right state counselor, if you will. I am but a butchering blade that happened to fall into the right hands. Not a compliment, just the word on the street. Huh, you're a quick learner. Then spare me the fancy reading of my name. Watching you pretend that pompous posturing comes naturally is painful enough already. Keep it simple and spell it out as is. Bamboo-hatted Kim, thank you. Huh. And does he continue to veer away from the line? I'd rather be a corpse cold and dead than stay in line. Have a shred of mercy on me, oh mighty one. If I come all the way here just to punish you for every little misdeed and ill manners, I would have laid you out and split you in two, 3 ways before this riveting dialogue brought us this far. So, feeling safe to continue trapezing outside the line, but in return, would you answer a few of my questions? I've been watching you from a distance for a while now, and really, stalking someone's not very principled of you. You sure she didn't give you a good wallop after that? No, truly a mystery, isn't it? Besides, she did give me free rein to continue trapezing outside the line. I couldn't in good conscience turn down such offers of kindness. Not that I ever do. You sure have a way with words, a way of finding your way under the listener's skin, huh? Perhaps, yet are such japes not to be expected among fellowships of close mutual bond. They don't look like friends yet, though. So care to tell us why she's been watching you? I was engaged in an age-old pastime of throwing rocks. Oh, you speak of the game of Sukjian. Save them for the festivities at Dano. I was throwing rocks at the passerbys. Yeah. Be on thee, that is a wrong deed, good sir. I suppose it is. People of Papeo and Sal in particular found it to be distasteful, and they did not let their discontent be hidden. But the P and the downtrodden cheered me on, to a degree. They found it cathartic. Oh, curious. And is a right deed, or a deed not right? Huh? Papeo? Sal? Whatever it is thou art describing. It is well known that S-Corp is also known by its other name, Sapeo Agro-Industries. A wing specializing in the general agriculture and livestock industry of the city. The vastness and the depth of its responsibilities have necessitated such divisions of labor. Thus, District 19 is split into 3 court circles responsible for different aspects of the industry. Sal, P, and Papeo, each meaning flesh, blood, and bone, respectively. Sal, responsible for the cultivation of rice and other grains. Papeo, responsible for meat and livestock. And P, in charge of the technological aspects of both. As a scientist and researcher who once toiled at S-Corp, you must have felt the persecution the P faced firsthand. It is believed that the Trinity was designed for balance, that they would provide assistance when requested and keep one another in check when needed. It was a promise of cultivating a fair and sustainable S-Corp. Alas, the noble intentions of yesteryear now lie sullied, the Trinity now degraded to 3 quarreling bands of profiteers blinded by avarice, relying not on the honor but betrayal and perfidy to claim the top of the triangle. An adherent to the flesh claims the position of the chief state counselor and monopolizes rice as the common folk starve. An adherent to the bone, once a right state counselor, toadies to Sal and rises to the seat of the left state counselor. When such shameless conspiracy prevents not the common folk to even till the land as they please, anguish cries of suffering flood the streets. Thus, the common folk are reduced to livestock bleeding out, hanging from a hook while bone and flesh collude like that of emaciated dead. Who shall claim the severance of flesh and bone and force them both to yield? Wow. Yield flesh to claim their bone. An oft-heard poem when walking the streets of Escorp. Oh, oh, oh. And the people whom they targeted with thy rocks were... They weren't people. Rats. Rats? Oh yes, the counselor finds rats detestable. Much better to stop them from a distance if you want to crush them. By any chance, do these rats have a habit of sneaking into the royal court to better pilfer what the common folk rightfully deserve? They certainly suffer from a severe case of kleptomania. So you purposely threw a rock at his feet to trip him up on the ground, knowing that he was a kleptocrat. Well, I simply could not help but react in such a presence of scurrying rats. Pff. Is there aught you find funny? Speak if you do. I could use a good laugh about now. Just heartily expressing my gratitude, that is all. Those whose corruption is revealed ought to be readily receive their scarlet orobons, the gall to scamper away with their expensive prosthetics. My men were having some trouble apprehending them, until now. Well, if that is your intent, you are invited to leave a token of gratitude somewhere in the vicinity. Perhaps I'll happen to pick it up. Wouldn't want to get thrown in some dungeon teeming with real vermin. Oh, I was going to do just that. So, when will you stop being a sword and be human again? What? When do you clock out? The way I see it, you're not the kind of person who'll ever let a drop of liquor get to his tongue while on duty for the right state counselor. Return to this choga when you're human again, and I'll buy you a drink as thanks. Wow! The director has a thing for hot, dark-skinned women, and I love it. Ah! She's a funny one, hmm? Mentor, then this fellow you had often mentioned fondly was... correct. Haven't I mentioned her a few times as a drinking fellow I had left behind in Escorp? I must say, I myself found the relationship most intriguing, that a military commissar of the Sal faction would fraternize with the bodyguard of the right state counselor, who was often the P faction. As still, I knew not that fellow was none other than the military commissioner of Escorp. It is news to me that you had ties to a second ordnance official, a military officer with command over high-ranking employees of the wing at that. Well, I was in the service of the right state counselor, who was a first ordnance, you know. Well, that might be true yet. Yet you would like to know why I, such a powerful friend by my side, have ended up in exile from Escorp. Yes, your silence over matters of such great import is why I've come to introduce the others as a reticent one, Mentor. We had made the Blade lineage our home, for Escorp availed no home for us but the lineage, but you, Mentor. I would rather show than tell. Let us proceed, shall we? This enchanted place seems to intent on unearthing all of my past, both savory and unsavory. All shall be revealed in due time. Alrighty. Woof. Big, big, big. Interesting stuff. Alright, what do we got? Oh my, that's a full dungeon. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and leave off for this episode. We're already getting to the hour mark, and I don't want it to go too long, so let's go ahead and wrap up here, and then we'll open up next time and clear the dungeon. So, with that, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying this interval as I am. Getting all the characterization and story for Bamboo-Headed Kim is really cathartic. Especially after he was nothing but a, like, you know, random guy in a ruina that showed up in a general invitation. It's really great to see. But with that, as always, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. And I hope that you will come, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.